Guys, we got some massive news. That is, of course, the Chinese government once again supporting NIO with battery swap, and also we got some management changes happening. Absolutely crazy. So let's talk about the subsidy first. So apparently there's going to be a 40% cost subsidy for swap stations in Shanghai, for swap stations that can be shared with different brands. So that basically means NIO's 4th gen swap stations are compatible with the partner brands. So that means going forward, every single swap station built in Shanghai will be 40% cheaper for NIO. The government's going to pay 40% of that. That's absolutely insane. And Shanghai already has like 200 swap stations. Shanghai is the #1 biggest market for NIO. NIO sells like about 50% of the cars in the Shanghai region, like Shanghai and the neighboring few cities, Suzhou as well. So most of their sales actually comes from that area. And of course, with this boost, it further is going to help. It's going to help their sales even further, right? They're going to be able to build so many more swap stations at a much cheaper price. This is definitely great news. And it shows that the government not only has monetary support, directly investing into NIO China, they also have publicity support. China's national television directly showing NIO, showcasing swap station deployment progress, also talking about NIO's technology on national television without NIO paying them. It's just absolutely insane. Great publicity support. You have great customer support. They're supporting customers with the subsidy. If you buy a car that can do battery swap, you get a subsidy, 6,000 to 10,000 RMB. Absolutely insane. And then, of course, now also infrastructure support. So swap stations being deployed in Shanghai get 40% off, 40% paid by the government. This is really nice. And having that also means that you can make the swap stations even better, even more expensive, and you can take advantage of this, right? So that means you can probably make the swap stations even bigger, more swap compartments, more technology inside, perhaps more camera and more LiDAR sensors. Remember, the 4th gen swap station has Orin X chips and also has LiDAR for auto parking and all that kind of cool stuff. So they're probably going to be able to add more of that, increase the cost of the swap station, but still be able to deploy it for a lower cost thanks to that subsidy, which is very, very nice. Now let's talk about the restructuring. Well, not really restructuring, organizational changes with management and internal, sort of like a shuffle up, basically. So it seems like what they're doing is they're trying to get rid of like redundant job positions, so things that overlap. So they want to create a sort of like their whole entire workforce to become like everybody does their own thing and nobody's like overlapping with each other. And some of the steps that they've done include apparently merging the mobile department in with the sort of internal cabin user interface sort of department. So user interface with all the software and everything, and how a driver feels inside the car and all that kind of stuff. It's being merged together. So very interesting, because it seems like for a phone, right, they don't really have to do too much, right? And some of the things that they can do and features and stuff, they can just work as one team instead of having 2 separate teams. So this is definitely the right move. A lot of you guys have been saying, why is NIO still doing a phone? Thinking that it's a dumb move. And obviously for these guys developing the phone, perhaps throughout most of the year, they might have not that much work to do, right? So of course merging them together is going to help eliminate these kind of redundancies or overlapping stuff and really get the cost down. So that's exactly what it seems to be doing. And they're also sort of merging sales and delivery channels for Onvo and NIO. And sort of, because if you think about it, the Onvo cars are being delivered at NIO delivery centers, right? And the Onvo cars are also being produced at NIO factories. So there's absolutely no reason for there to be like a separate channel just for NIO, for Onvo, have their cars delivered to the delivery center. They can just treat it like a NIO vehicle, send it from the NIO factory to the NIO delivery center. End of the story, right? So that's obviously another efficiency that they're doing. But it seems like the overall theme of everything is that they really want to cut costs down to be able to be profitable in Q4 of this year. Very interesting, because remember, last year they sort of targeted profitability in 2026, but now they're aiming for Q4 of 2025. Why the rush? Why the rush? Well, perhaps, it's better to be profitable sooner, right? But also perhaps they want to avoid having to do major dilution or major raising a whole lot of money and all that stuff. So it's better to act early, try and aim for profitability in Q4 2025. And if things take a little bit longer, then maybe you'll get profitability in 2026 instead. So definitely doing the right moves. And for me personally, all right, I really like these kind of changes that they're making to make things more efficient and really making sure that they see a return on investment. But I also think that in terms of marketing, okay, because they're spending a lot of money on marketing, with those ads and everything, movie ads, and also ads in the elevator and stuff. And today I actually saw a BYD ad as well, like similar to the Onvo ad in the elevator, but a BYD ad. And their ad sort of prioritizes showcasing their number one in sales, their number one in sales in this region, their number one bestseller, lots of number ones, and really kind of conveying the message that they're a hot product, they're a good product, etc. Sort of convincing people to buy it. I think NIO should do something similar, man. Right? NIO should just advertise the fact that they got 5-star NCAP safety rating, all that kind of stuff, all the kind of rewards that they've gotten, right? NIO's cars have won so many Car of the Year awards, and they don't really talk about it. It's kind of like they get the reward and they kind of, make a post about it, and that's it, right? NIO's ET7 got the Golden Steering Wheel Award in Germany. I mean, why don't you put that on a poster, right? You put a poster, you have an ET7 and the Golden Steering Wheel Award. That's won by the ET7, right? Definitely do that. I think the accomplishments that NIO's vehicles have achieved are not fully recognized, especially by the public. And that, I think, is where NIO really needs to change and really kind of let people know, right? Let people know you have a great product, but people don't know how great it is. How insane is that, right? So I want to see them really showcase that more, and have that as a theme of their marketing, so to speak, in their ads. That would be amazing, right? Only if they did that. Yeah, that would really help with sales for sure. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.